Good evening. This is CTV News for this Wednesday, October the 10th. I'm SONIA SRIVASTAVA.
And I'm Rochelle Metzger. Thank you for joining us tonight. Well, community and business leaders hear directly from one of the gambling industry's top leaders. During a breakfast symposium this morning, the chairman of MGM Resorts International says his company would benefit the community if a gaming site is added in Prince George's.
We had folks asking whether this will be complementary to existing businesses. We have a very good record in driving visitors, driving tourism to markets to accrue to the benefit of folks here. They want to know what our philosophy was in terms of procurement. And at our company, every single job that we bid out over $1,000 has to have a diversity component to it, every single job. We want to know whether we're going to airlift minority businesses from some other part of the country and pass Prince George's by, which has been a concern to people in prior projects, and that is absolutely not our philosophy here.
We wanted to put a face to MGM. There hasn't been a face to this question. We wanted to put a face to this so people know who to contact, they know who to talk to, and then hopefully as this further ensues, then we will keep them accountable to some of the things that they said today.
Voters will be deciding whether to add the sixth gaming site in Maryland next month during the November election.
Well, less than a month to go before voters head to the polls, and groups for and against Question 7 are putting on full court press.
The Washington Redskins are playing offense, officially endorsing expanded gambling in Maryland. The announcement has prompted cries of backroom dealings between the organization and MGM to run advertisements during games.
And joining us now in studio is Arthur Turner, who is part of a local effort against bringing slots to the county. Mr. Turner, thank you so much for joining us. Tell me, why is your group so against slots?
Thank you for having me. We want jobs, real jobs for Prince Georgians. Prince George's County should go after real economic development, cybersecurity, biomedical, biopharma, IT. The good paying jobs that the proponents of gambling have don't exist. They're telling people there'll be 12,000 jobs, the average salary being $55,000. That is not true. In fact, Forbes magazine recently in a report said that the sixth worst job in the United States is the job of a casino gambler. That job pays $13,000. And so the low-paying jobs that are being discussed and proffered by the proponents of gambling is not really where we want to be. In fact, it's shameful. It's shameful and it's embarrassing, because if in fact we want to raise the bar on the quality of life in Prince George's County, and if we want to raise the image of Prince George's County, we should not go to the gutter and say that the only opportunity for economic development is by gambling.
Now, Redskins owner Dan Snyder recently came out and endorsed adding a new casino in Prince George's. We've got a mixed reaction from fans. Some feel that he should stay out of it. What's your opinion?
I think he should stay out of it. Why is he supposedly concerned about the economic viability of Prince George's County? Here you have a man who has a company based in Virginia. Here you have a man who has a training camp in Virginia. Here you have a man who had an opportunity to move his new training facilities to Bowie State University in Prince George's County, but yet he chose to move it 90 miles away to Richmond. He has not demonstrated that he cares about Prince George's County or the economic development of Prince George's County. We can't even get the players to come to Prince George's County for promotions and even to sign autographs.
All right, well, I'm going to play devil's advocate for a second. You know, some people are saying, well, look, people are going to gamble anywhere. They're going to go to West Virginia. They're going to go to Delaware. So why not keep the money here in Maryland? Well,
there are opportunities to keep it in Maryland. There are 5 places that have been approved. In 2008, there was a vote to establish the 5 sites to have gambling. None of those sites are in Prince George's County. It's important that people know why the urgency to have it on the ballot on November 6th. It's because our legislators don't want to run as proponents of gambling when they run for re-election in 2014. So that's why they want to sneak it in now.
Thank you so much for joining us. That's all the time that we have, but voters certainly will get to tell us how they feel when they go to the polls in just a couple weeks.
Absolutely. Lots more to talk about that. We appreciate you coming in, sir.
Thanks for having me.
All right. And as we mentioned, ads for and against expanded gaming are flooding the airways, breaking the record for the most money spent on a ballot measure in state history. According to the Associated Press, the cost of the casino ad blitz has reached nearly $36 million, more than the total amount spent in the 2006 gubernatorial race. Well, Metro says you'll feel safer in its new line of trains. The 7000 series rail car was unveiled today. It has a wider aisle, more handrails, and state-of-the-art features like monitors and safety cameras. The trains will replace the series involved in the 2009 crash that killed 9 people and injured dozens more. Metro's general manager says the new rail car also has features that will better protect passengers in the event of a crash.
Technology in terms of crash energy management. So if the car was in the unfortunate incident of being in a collision, it would protect the occupants of the car much better than the 1000 series cars could. But beyond that, it's really about comfort for our passengers. Wider aisles, lumbar support, so you're sitting in a seat that's much more comfortable. There are screens over here, so if someone's standing next to you at a door, they're not leaning over to you in the seat.
Can you talk about the importance of the cameras as part of a new feature for Metro?
Well, it is important because it is added safety. It allows for police to monitor the activities that are taking place. A lot of the times there are trends that police see that they are able to look at and then make a determination of how to react in the future.
Now, the new trains are expected to go into service towards the end of 2013.
About 1,500 Marylanders may have been exposed to fungal meningitis through tainted steroid injections. That, according to state health officials. That amounts to more than 1/10 of those exposed nationwide. CDC officials say 13,000 Americans are at risk for the disease, which has generated 119 cases and 11 deaths. Maryland has reported 8 of those cases and 1 person has died. The outbreak stems from a contaminated batch of steroids used to relieve back pain. The non-contagious disease can be treated with high doses of antifungal medications. And you're watching CTV News. I'm Rochelle Metzger.
And I'm Sonia SRIVASTAVA.